4, and it's a tale of woe. The Crisis team, with Markalite assistance, destroyed the Death Company Dreadnought, and then the Riptide Nova charged and destroyed the Furioso Dreadnought. So that wiped out Blood Angel presence in this area of the table. And then coming around, submunition rounds from Long Strike, and firing coming down from the Fire Warriors on top of the bunker, and the Kroot with the all getting 3 shots each, a whole load of them with special ability from the aerial. Almost wiped out the Marines, and then the jetpack squad firing from back here easily destroyed the Razorback, and then have moved up with their jetpack moves. On the table is left 1 Blood Angels Assault Marine on his own. That is the last of the Blood Angels presence on the table. James has survived turn 4 by a whisker, so there's no assaults. James has decided he wants to continue into turn 5. His last Marine is going to lead a 1-man charge into the face of the enemy, the last move of this Blood Angels army. Right, Blood Angels turn 5, it's a quick one. The Assault Marines move through the bunker and has now charged. The lone Assault Marine has charged into the Kroot. So we've got a whole load of Overwatch to do, and supporting fire from fellow tower units. We'll see if he can survive the hail of bullets that will come his way, and then see if he reaches the combat. It's a matter of pride now. So we've worked it out here. 2 Kroot downstairs are going to fire. That's the unit that's been charged, and then supporting fire. And then, so that's 4 shots, and then supporting fire from this Fire Warrior squad, which is within 6 inches. And the figures that can actually see that Assault Marine as he charges in, we total it up, rapid fire, will be 12 shots. So we'll do the Kroot. They need 6s, they've failed. So can the Fire Warriors bring him down? 6s they need, a lone 6, a 3 to wound, got the 3, on a 1 or a 2 the game is over. or James gloriously charges in. Yes. He got a 3, he's in. So the assault goes on. So James has grenades, and he's a higher initiative, so he's going to get his assaults in. He's got 3 attacks. We're weapon skill 4. He's weapon skill 4, so he 4s to hit and he's failed. Right, so the Kroot now will close in for the kill. They're going to skin this Marine alive. We're going to leave that Marine to the Kroot. The tower going to look the other way as the Kroot descend into barbarism. So we've worked out a piling move will take these guys 3 inches down. They'll still not be able to get in combat, but the 2 there will get in. 1 attack each. That's 4 attacks for the Kroot. 4s to hit. 1 hit. Strength 3 now. Failed. So it's a drawn melee. The melee continues. James has survived turn 5, and the tower are going to have to go into turn 5. We'll bring this up quickly, try and resolve this fast. Right, so tower movement on turn 5. The Commander's Crisis team has moved up and over. The Razorback, they're looking to close in for combat. Kroot squad's moving in, and that's about it. We've left the rest of the army. Just the Fire Warriors moving out to claim the objective there at the back, just to gain some more objective points. So this is it, the last Marine. He's in there somewhere. We're just going to do assaults now to see if we can make it in. So here's the combat. James has slain one of the Kroot. We've now got the Crisis team. They made it into combat. The 2nd Kroot unit made it into combat. And then this Kroot made it into combat as well. So we'll see if we can do it. James has done his attacks. The 4 Kroot charging in. That's 8 attacks. 4s to hit. And we've got some good hits there. 5 hits. 5s to wound. 1 save. 6, so the first Kroot unit has been dealt with, and then the other Kroot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They didn't charge, they just get a flat 11 attacks there. James could survive this. 4s, only 2 hits that time. and no wounds. So James has survived all of the assaults from the Kroot, would you believe? So crisis battle suits charging in now. They get 3 attacks each. We'll resolve them. Now the big crisis suits are charging in. They need 4s. Then they need freeze, 1 save. Will he be killed by a crisis battle suit? No! Yes, he was. So that's it. Game over. The last Marine falls. It is over. So James is holding his head. He's it's bitter medicine for him. But the Tau have prevailed, and they've done it in style in this game. Revenge is sweet. They have returned, and they've got a wipeout. It's the perfect finish for them. Blood Angels vehicles burning, and craters just left on the table, and the last of the Marines, as heroic as they were, have now all been brought down and destroyed. The army came, but none will return alive. The Tau prevail, and the Kroot celebrate in primitive fashion as the last Marine is brought down. Right, Dark Eldar turn 2. They've come pouring out of the webway portal once again. Scourges of Deep Striked, scattered 2 inches across, landed just there, which is fine. We'll see if we can do any damage against that Predator. And then coming down, the unit of Witches has come out of there, moving up towards the Blood Angel corner. And the Hellions just sitting back, just holding back to see what happens. Reavers moving across, just staying out of trouble. This one's had to sit still, it's immobilised. And then now the Incubi and Archons have joined forces. They're in a big cluster just down there waiting the inevitable strike from the Death Company. And then the Flyer has turned up. Everything's turned up apart from 1 unit of Witches. And it's here. Razor Wing jet fighters come screaming on, perhaps in the nick of time. He's going to try and bring down the Blood Angels Flyer. It would be a beautiful situation if that was brought down and delivered up the Death Company for us to then charge with the Incubi and Archons. We'll see. Move on now to Dark Eldar shooting on turn 2. Right, Dark Eldar shooting on turn 2. The Razor Wing has made its mark. Firing across, he got 2 hits, a glance and a penetrating. He jinked the glancing hit, but the penetrating hit went through. We rolled a 5, made it a 6, and crash and burn. The Storm Raven's been brought down. Then to add to that, the Death Company have been wiped out. Death Company are gone. Death Company Dreadnought lives, and the Reclusiarch lives. He made an invuln save, so they are just behind at the back here. But a deadly blow to the Blood Angels force, and it doesn't stop there. The Scourge is landing down, got a penetrating hit with the blast pistol, and blew up the Predator. So multiple kills this turn from the Dark Eldar. Some units now performing a lot better. Has made it personal again, as he usually does. He's turned the fly around and he's flying it straight at the Razor Wing. He desperately wants to take it out in revenge. His blood is up, typical Blood Angels player, and he is after that flyer. Only 145 points. Is annoyed because it's wiped out 400 points worth of stuff, or 500 points worth. So it's a little bit of movement. The Dreadnought shuffled forwards. He's going to try and destroy the Scourges there, and just across the back you can see that the Razorback shifted round. Reclusiarch's doing a runner on the way back, and the Dreadnought has moved up onto that mound, chasing the Incubi through the rubble. So let's see how he does. Let's see how he does. Go on then, James. Fire the flyer.
Oh, fly, yeah.
What's this going to fire at?
It's going to fire everything at that.
Right, 2 missiles, and that's kind of multi-melter out the flyer. This is personal. Missiles. 1 hit with a missile, and then roll for your armor penetration. That's penetrated. So you got 1 penetrating hit with a missile. Las cannon.
Twin las cannon.
Hits. Penetrates. Ouch. Right, we're going to be jinking this. No. It's not within 12. 11. It's penetrated. 3 penetrations. We're going to have to try and evade. This could be the end of the...
2 AP1s. Go.
This could be the end of the Razor Wing. 2 5s, and the final insult. If we get a 5 or a 6, James is going to walk out of the building. 5. James. Oh no. You have to feel for him. That's horrendous. That is the lucky Razor Wing. The Razor Wing lives, and it does it in style. The Eldar have been knocked down, but they've got back up again. That is for sure. Horrendous. That is an angry Imperial player. The Blood Angels are angry. And then coming around, Demolishers backing off. It's a change of plan now for the Imperial Guard. This one moving across. There's a lot of Tau battle suits now. This Chimera's span around. The Mortars holding where they are. And then this squad with the Commissar looking to perhaps charge the Riptide. James has a plan to try and pin it in position using the Commissar to shoot anyone that runs away. Right, shooting for the Imperial Guard is pretty good. Recruit have gone. That was Mortifier that did that. Yeah, one Pathfinder gone. Coming around, the Hammerhead still lives. Then firing across the Demolisher cannon here, and then this Demolisher cannon as well has brought them down just to one left. 2 wounds on the Commander, just multiple hits coming in from the Chimera here. And that is about it. So assaults, yes, for the Guard. Pretty good shooting. They've done well. Let's see if they can push home the advantage in the combat. Combat results for the Guard here. Would you believe it? The conscripts have beaten the Riptide. 1 bayonet wound and then power fist wound as well. We fouled our saves. 2 wounds, 1 wound left, and no damage done on the Riptide there. And James is saying that the Commissar is just going to keep them stuck in the fight and is going to shoot anyone that runs away. So the Riptide is tied down by conscripts. Imperial Guard have readdressed the balance here. Tau down to hardly anything. We'll see what we can do. Tau turn 5 coming up. So we're going to go on to assaults now. Thrust moves. We'll see if the Tau can close in again and make more of an impact on this turn. So results for the Tau on turn 5. This crisis suit charged in and beat James by 1. He fouled and we caught and chased him down. So moving 3 inches in consolidation there. That crisis suit has won a small victory just in the gap. Failed to reach in combat, and turn up here. The Riptide's been brought down. Rolled another 1 on our save. Commissar and his triumphant unit of conscripts now moves in towards the objective. So that unit's freed up and we'll be able to claim the objective there. We just don't know who's going to win this one. It's backwards and forwards. James has this turn to see what he can do. So Imperial Guard turn 5 coming up. That's a pretty good start for the Dark Eldar. Dark Eldar turn 1. Out of the darkness has come a whole load of firepower, or a whole load of firing at the Imperial Guard lines. The Raider fired forwards and hit and immobilised, and a hull point on the Manticore. James not too annoyed about that result. Then the Ravager firing up, just taking the opportunity to fire now because we know we don't stand much of a chance against the Imperial Guard firepower. But the Ravager firing up got a glance and a penetration on the Lehman Russ here, and that's not going to be able to move or shoot this turn. And then the Warriors out of range really, so we've just moved them up another 6 inches, still claiming the objective, but just moving up to get themselves in better range. And then the Venom has moved 18 and is headed right towards the Imperial Guard line. Just a sort of a blind spot here. We'll see if we can weather the storm that's going to come in towards him and still get that webway portal deployed. And then coming across, the Reavers have had their wicked way with the conscripts. Easy prey. They have earned themselves a pain token and first blood, clearing off the conscripts from the hillside. So that's the end of Dark Eldar turn 1. It's gone pretty well. But the Imperial Guard haven't been shifted from their position by no means, and we're going to see how James responds to the Dark Eldar raid. James has found the head. Well, he dropped one of his conscripts and its head rolled off, and we've lost it. It's lost somewhere on the gaming floor. It kind of makes sense that the Reavers have taken off some of the Imperial Guard heads, but hopefully James will be able to stick it back on again. He's found it, that's good. Sheer act of desperation, he's gone into hover mode here and then rolled a 1, so he's crashed on top of the bunker, but the Blood Angels, Terminators and the Reclusiarch are out and they have arrived. Looks like they're going to pile into this Tyranid mess here in the middle. So it's a desperate struggle in the centre here, real lively situation, and you can imagine that in a film, that flyer ramming, crashing up on top, and then the Terminators piling out, looking to take out their hated foe. So James is just finishing off his movement here, just trying to position his force as best as he can to try and fight this Tyranid filth off. Right, some movement for the Blood Angels and Imperial Guard on turn 3. Moved up 12 inches here with the Razorback just flying up and underneath the flyer. James's squadron has spun around, just on patrol in the middle here, and they're going to lend some fire support down in this area here to try and take out these two creatures. And then, as I mentioned earlier, he swung the Stormraven around. It's not destroyed, just immobilised now. It's got grounded on top of the bunker there. And then the Terminators and Reclusiarch have emerged 6 inches and are going to try and charge one of the monstrous creatures. Imperial Guardsmen there, just on top of the bunker. They've pretty much held their position here. And they're going to fire down and try and take out some more damage. We did recover a wound on the Tervigon, so that regenerates come in handy once again. That's 2 wounds recovered now on that unit. So the Battle Brothers working together, Imperial Guard and Blood Angels side by side. Blood Angels really a source of encouragement for James and his Guardsmen as this specialist force seeks to halt the Tyranid tide. Another squad here has just jumped down inside the bunker trench here, holding position away from the flyer. So we're going to go in, there's no psychic stuff for the Imperial Guard, so straight into shooting now as James's tank line seeks to unleash a hail of fire into the Tyranid creatures. So pretty effective fire from the Guard and Blood Angels. And now we have one assault, and that is the Terminators. Where will they go? Who will they fight? We thought he might do it. He is. He's going to try and charge 2 units simultaneously. He's going to try and take on the Trigon and the Tervigon in one go. Needs a good roll. Don't get a double 1. 3 and 5 is 8, less 2 is 6. He's done it. He can contact both units. It's good going. He wants to get stuck in combat. That's what he's there for. The Blood Angels have engaged. James hasn't divvied with them this time, and it may pay off. Right, so nothing on Overwatch now. It's all down to the raw fighting power. Tyranids are going to get to go first with the Trigon. So it's a tense combat here, probably pivotal for the game. Trigon's going to go first here, higher initiative. Trigon going first, 6 attacks basic, and we have rolled very well. Remember, James has got that in bun. And 2s to wound. 4 in-bun saves. Now, if he rolls well, then the combat should go well for him. So, first Thunderhammer guy, it's a 5, he's passed. Next one, a 6, he's passed. A 3 has passed, oh no. And a 4, he has passed. James has survived the hits from the Trigon. Next up for initiative is the Reclusiarch. He's going to attack the Tervigon. 3s to hit. They've all hit. And then he's strength 6 with the Power Maul. 4s to wound. 4 wounds. Concussive, whatever that means. Going to get a headache after it. Saves of its AP force. Free up save. We've passed all our saves. So it's no damage dealt out so far. This is high-powered stuff fighting out here. Next up is the Tervigon fighting back. And he's not as impressive. He just gets 3 attacks. Forced to hit. Oh dear, he is concussed. So Tervigon's got a headache, and he's going to get even worse now because the Terminators are going to hit hard with the hammers now. So Lightning Claw dude is going to track the Tervigon. 3 attacks. Doesn't get the bonus for charging. So he's got 1 hit at least, and he gets 3 roll because of the Reclusiarch. So he actually only got 1 hit. And he's re-rolling. This is with the... No, this is failed. Next up, it's all down to the Thunderhammers now. He should do some damage. Right, 4 attacks on the Trigon. 3 hits, going to re-roll 1. Yes, he's got it. 2s to kill. He's not going to kill me, but it's going to hurt. On a... He's got 1 cocked. 1 wound, 3 miss, 3 fails. Come off lightly from there. Now the Terminators are sucked into a combat, so it'll be interesting. 3s to hit. He's got his 3 hits. And then here comes the roll. 3 wounds. 3 more wounds. Tervigon's in trouble. So Tyranid units in trouble now. 2 big units stuck in combat with those Terminators. So it looks like a wise choice to take Blood Angel allies. They are not holding back from this combat. They've dealt out a lot of damage. We're fearless with both units. That melee will continue. A vicious fight. Perhaps one of the most vicious combats we've seen. It's going to continue on to turn 4. As we go on now to Tyranid turn 4. So assaults now coming up. We'll see if we can get the Morlock to charge in. He's got to get about, well, let's see what we get. Less 2, 4 inches. That is debatable. No, we're saying it's not going to make it in. It's 3 inches to get up, and then 2 inches to the base. That makes 5, and 6 less 2 is 4. So the Morlock has failed. combats again. Trigon is going to go first on a base of 6 attacks. Let's get a nice high score here. Triple one's not very good. And then 2's to wound, another 1, it's knocking us down. He's got 2 invuln saves to make. If he fails both of those, that's significant. Saves a 3+. He's passed both, 3 and a 4. He's passing them. Confidence flows back into James's Blood Angels as he passes these rolls here. Reclusiarch's fighting and has done no damage. Tervigon fighting back. Tervigon's failed. Oh dear. Lightning Claw Man, he can fight. The Sergeant can fight here. He's got 2 hits. And he's going to try and wound. He's failed. He's going to try again. Yes, he got a wound with Lightning Claws. So, Trigon's taken a hit there. Still got plenty of wounds to go on him. So it's all down to the Thunderhammers now. The Tervigon should die. 4 attacks. Yes, 3 hits. Goodbye, Tervigon. Say goodbye to the Big Mama. It's gone. It's done it. It's done it. It's done it. Tervigon's dead. That's a significant blow to the Tyranid force, because now his Thunderhammer guys can swing around and give full support to taking out the remaining Trigon. Right, next 2 more Thunderhammers. That's 4 attacks against the Trigon. If he rolls amazing, you can kill it. Oh yeah, he's cocked. He's a good sportsman. Oh, he's still got it on a 6. 3 hits. 2s. Oh dear, another 3 wounds. So that's the end of combat there. James is just going to move his figures around to surround that beast. But that's 5 wounds dealt out. We've lost the combat severely there. It's a good unit choice. Good support. Allies can really help out a force. You find a weakness in your army and then use allies to plug the gap. And that's what James has done effectively here. So this might be a nice way to say goodbye to the Blood Angels, as we're expecting the new codex coming along at some point in the future. But he's done well there. Combat's won. It's fearless. The fight goes on. But Blood Angels are... it's their forte here with those Thunderhammers. That marks the end of turn 4 for the Tyranids. So Imperial Guard and Blood Angels turn 4 coming up. But Tyranid creatures, monstrous creatures being brought down here. I'm sure there's many people shouting at the screen, come on James. It looks like he's lining himself up for a good victory here against this Tyranid force. Could be a shock result, but we'll see. We've got a combat to do. James should win that one as well, but we'll see. We could knock a couple down. The Terminator squad and Reclusiarch, as of yet, untouched. Right, so concussive. The Trigon has already got a headache from taking wounds from those Thunderhammers. So James's Reclusiarch gets to go first, and the Sergeant as well. We're just checking our remaining wounds. 5. So she's got to get 1 wound, and we won't even get to fight back. So Reclusiarch, here we go. It's deadly here. Tyranids have been damaged. James is rolling up. Just needs that. It's 2 wounds at strength 6. 2 saves of 3+. Come on. Oh no, Trigon's gone. Another monster. His army is a monster killer force. James celebrates. It looks like he's done it. He really has done well. That marks the end of combat. James is just going to consolidate there. All the big monsters are gone. And he's going to swing around. We've got left on the table for the Tyranids 5 Gaunts, 1 Hive Tyrant, and 5 Raveners. See what we can do as we go into turn 5. Oh, and 1 Lictor lurking in the back. But pressure on the tower here. If they can bring down the flyers, then it should go well. If they don't, then the Blood Angels are going to have free reign to wreak havoc in this tower position. So the first thing we're going to do is marker lights. The pathfinders on top are going to marker light up this flyer here. They need 6s, and we get none. Uh-oh, could be trouble. This is
wonder why.
This is bringing back memories from the previous game. Fire Warriors have failed, so it's down to Tower firepower without marker light assistance. So, let's fire the XV88s. We've got to let rip with some firepower from these. Their only option is this flyer. So 3 shots at twin linked, needing 6s. Failed. Let's re-roll them and try and get 6s. Oh no. Uh-oh. Right, missile drones. 8 shots from the missile drones at strength 7. Need 6s.
Oh.
They have failed as well. Right, James is not going to jink, by the way. So he has declared that. So our only option left now is... Now sweat's beginning to form on the brow of these tower here as they realise there could be trouble. Right, the Fire Knife Squadron of Crisis battle suits. They are within 9 inches. Twin link fusion blasters. First one. Well, let's just roll 3 of them. Needing 6s. We've got one, and we're going to re-roll the 2 that missed. We've got another 6. And then we're just going to fire the missiles as well. 6 shots, needing 6s. Triple 6. I'm glad we landed that crisis team there. So strengths, let's just roll these strength 7, see if we get anything. Roll 2 6s and a 5.
Enough to bring it down.
Yeah. Right, Storm Raven's in trouble. And we'll just roll these 2 rolls here. 8, 9, 10. They wouldn't have done it because ceramite plating, you don't get the extra d6. So, the fusion blasters, would you believe it, failed to do anything, but the missiles that are being carried on the backs of those crisis battle suits have rolled that. So we've got 2 penetrating hits here, and again, rolled a 5 and a 6. Incredible rolling. So it's hull points. It looks like that thing's coming down. Right, Tower turn 2, and it has been a real fire display here from the Tower. Frustrating stuff for the Blood Angels. So we fouled the damage here, but it was the crisis team that came to the rescue, brought down the flyer, crashed over there, and the Dreadnought's taken 1 hull point, but will be in a position to charge on James's turn. And the Death Company, only 2 survived. The Ecclesiarch was killed in the crash as well, and then fire from the Kroot and from the Fire Warriors destroyed the last of the Death Company. There says no one left, just the Dreadnought. Do we charge the Hive Tyrant? Do we charge into that? Or do we charge into... Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. Here we go. We're going to charge the Terminators. The old adversary is going to charge the Terminators. Charge... 7 less 2 is 5. We're in. We're going to kill it. Right, so we've made it into combat there, and it is monstrous creature character. So I think we are allowed to issue a challenge, which we will. We'll challenge the Ecclesiarch. Maybe this Tyranid army is going to die, but we'll take the Ecclesiarch with us. So, do you accept the challenge? Oh, he's thinking. Wait for it. This might take a while. He's not going to accept the challenge. All right, that is completely against the... I think it's to do with his strategy, saying no. So Ecclesiarch backs off, so that's knocked him out of the combat. And then we will now fight just the Terminators. Ooh. So he's failed the challenge there, or not failed the challenge, he's backed out of the challenge, which is a fearless chaplain pulling out of a challenge. Doesn't sound quite right, but anyway, that's what James wants to do. The old adversary will have to fight somebody else. So he's now going to fight with his sergeant, who gets 2 hits, weapon skill 8. Forced to hit. 6 to wound then with the lightning claws. No, and he's going to re-roll. No. Right. We'll let James try and fight the old adversary here. So weapon skill 8. He's going to get 8 attacks. I've got no impulse save. So we could watch the Hive Tyrant go out in a blaze of glory here. It could have been foolhardy. It's just instinct. He didn't really have a choice. Oh no. So James is chuckling. Wow. 5 wounds. Even on a quadruple 2, he still does it. No, hang on. I've only got 4 wounds. I'm dead. Oh, no, not dead. Feel no pain, thanks to that psychic phase. So it's nice 5s or 6s. If I get 5 5s or 6s, I'm going to do a strange dance. You're dead. I'm still dead. No. The Hive Tyrant's gone. So, but it is simultaneous. So we'll get our attacks. It's 4 attacks basic, +1 for weapons, +1 for charging, and hammer off. So we get a freebie attack, which wounds. So here's his save. He's passed. So down to basic attacks. Freeze to... Oh, reroll 1's old adversary. Come on, boy. Heave half. It's poor. Should have done a lot better. And then reroll 1's again. Got it anyway. 3 invuns. We've got to take out 1 Terminator. Oh, triple 1. As he crashed to the ground, he let out a final swoop and brought down 3 Terminators. That's good. That's all right. When that kind of thing happens, you can still leave the battle happy. But it's cost me the commander to do it. If ever he made a good allied choice, he did it in this game. Blood Angels. Just that element of strength and support and toughness has helped the Guard out an incredible amount. So he's won the combat. James is jubilant. The Guard knew that it was a good idea to ask for assistance from the Blood Angels, and it has paid off. The last 2 and the move down. James, the Reclusiarch coward, move him down as well. He's down there as well. So he backed out. It was wise. Reclusiarch lives to fight another day. Right, Tau turn 4 movement. The Riptide's has pulled out of combat. Has tried to activate his Nova Reactor and has failed. Has given himself a wound. It's not good. We need to keep him alive. Crew have just moved out 3 inches, just moving along this direction. We're going to need to crowd these objectives towards the end of the game to win. XV-88's holding their position, and the Pathfinders as well. These 2 are going to try and work together to destroy that lead Chimera. If we can't destroy that, then the situation's hopeless. Fire Warriors have rallied, just 2 of them left. Crew moving around, they're on the objective. We're going to try and take out that Cascrin there. Hammerhead number 2's moved out, side armour on the Demolisher here. And then good news for the Tau, the other Crisis team has arrived, and they were here, scattered back, but still within good range on the Super Heavy. And then in a cunning move, the commander's moved away from his unit, so just the team leader left there. He's going to try and take on the Super Heavy, and then he's going to try and move in and take on the mortar teams in a one-man mission. Can the commander salvage the situation? This is a real test for this Tau force. Right, it's pretty good shooting. We're just on the shooting here for this squad. 4 hits, 2 penetrating hits and 1 glance. We've given the glance, that is 5 hull points so far, and then I've got the results here. It's AP1. Come on. 2 and a 1, so there's 2 more hull points. Poor dice score there. So that puts him on 5, 6, 7. We need 2 more hull points and that thing's going to blow. Where are we going to get these shots from? We've still got missile pods to fire. Missile pods can get glancing hits. Force to hit. Not bad. Get 2 6s from this and you can say goodbye to the super heavy. A 6 and a 5, that's another hull point gone. The sweat is starting to appear on James's brow. 1 more hull point and it's over. We now turn to the lone team leader. He has a fusion blaster, 4+ for a hit. 6 is a hit. We just have to penetrate. It's front armor 14 and it's strength 8, 2d6, a 12. He has failed. He has failed. There is nothing left that can shoot at it, or is there? Hold on. Hammerhead number 2. I'm going to swing the railgun around. Let's have a look at the cover situation. James will get cover. We need a 3+ to hit. A 1! It lives! Oh no! No, it can't be, it can't be. Is there anything else left that can shoot at this thing? Yes, there is. The Riptide. The Riptide. He's going to get cover for it. This is an act of desperation. We were meant to fight. What do we do? What do we do? No, we're going to leave it. We're just going to have to leave it like that. It can't be destroyed. That's annoying. It's annoying. Commander's firing. He's fired overcharge into here. He's got the hit. It's strength 8, front armor 14. We need a 6. If we get this 6, it's the end of the super heavy. We've got the 6. The super heavy's gone. Super heavy's gone. Commander did it on a 6. James isn't happy. It's perfectly legal, but it's gone through on a 6. We fired through. We got the hit. Strength 8, front armor 14. Needed a 6. Got the 6. The commander single-handedly has destroyed the last point on that super heavy tank and could have saved the day. We're going to roll up now to see what kind of explosion this is. It is a 1, so it's quite controlled. We'll just sort this out now. So that marks the end of shooting on turn 4 for the tower. What a bizarre twist of events. The very last shot of that turn, and the commander has got that 6 and brought down the super heavy. Would you believe it? Shockwave sent through here. So that's that. It's assaults now. The Riptide can't charge. He's destroyed his target, and there's no other assaults left. So just some thrust moves for the tower.